Notre Dame's go in the rigged scripted college football playoff. It's coming home to Indianapolis, Indiana. Notre Dame plays at South Bend, Indiana, some 3 hours away from campus. 3 hour drive. Notre Dame is going to win the national championship for the first time in 34 years, since 1988 1989, when Lou Holtz was the head coach. Here is the riddle. This is his win total when you include the vacated victories from, what was it, 2012 and 2013. So all 12 wins from 2012 and all 9 wins from the 2013 season were vacated, maybe due to recruiting violations. So you see the win total right here, 276. Well, when you subtract these 21 games, including the 3 wins so far in this season, before the season, Brian Kelly has won a total of 252 games if you don't include the games that were vacated. And Brian Kelly, discounting the games that were vacated, 12 wins in the regular season, and then 2 wins in the college football playoff, means that excluding the wins that Notre Dame was forced to vacate by going 14-0, the 266th win of Brian Kelly's career is going to happen in the national championship game. And this is directly connected to the 266th Pope Jorge Mario Bergoglio. It is coming home to South Bend, 3 hours away. It is defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman, whose birthday falls on the day of the national championship game, January the 10th. Happy birthday, Marcus Freeman. We give a big shout out to Black Lives Matter. He gets a job. 33 years later from the 1988 season is this season. The Jesuit is in the Vatican right now. The first Masonic Pope in the Catholic Church is Jorge Mario Bergoglio. Notice how Notre Dame made it to a national championship game in 2012, 2013. 2013 is a 33 year. 33 seasons, 33 years without winning the championship. It's Jesuit Championship 21 in the year 2021. It is Jesuits Championship 22. It is starting quarterback Jack Cohn Championship 22. Now this national championship game is going to be held at Indy, where win 266 is going to happen. Pope is Championship 52 and 25. Indy is Championship 52 and 25. It is Indiana that has Championship 34. 2022 will be 34 years right after the 1988 season, when it won the Fiesta Bowl against West Virginia to become the national champions. Indiana's Championship 34. Stanford, the last game of the regular season, Championship 34. Francis is Championship 34. Francis in Spanish is Championship 88. It was the 1988-1989 season that saw Notre Dame won its 11th national championship. The amount of time for Brian Kelly's birthday on the 25th day, nonetheless. You see the Championship Indy to January the 10th. 2 months and 16 days. 216, the beast number. 666 when you multiply. 77 days. We have a revelation to code. When Notre Dame wins the national championship, when COVID ravages college football, where guys are playing in front of fans for the first time, when guys are forced to sit out with COVID, then championship game will be held at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is Championship 60. Keep in mind that JFK was elected in year 60. Joe Biden was elected 6 years later. Their deaths are going to happen at the same time. The next election is the 60th election. Coach Lou Holtz is Championship 60. It's Roman Catholic Church, Independent Notre Dame, Catholic University, Catholic Private University, Indianapolis, Indiana, Roman Catholic Church, Notre Dame. Coach Kelly is Championship 95. Fighting Irish is Championship 89. This was when Notre Dame was last the champions of college football in 1989. Are we going to see the luck of the Irish in Indianapolis? Indianapolis, Indiana, in short abbreviations. Luck of the Irish is Championship 74. The tough stretch is coming up. Wisconsin. Is this when Notre Dame become real champions? Well, I disagree because they defeated FSU. Florida State Seminoles is the March of 88. This is why something special is happening. It was the 1988 season that saw Notre Dame win right after the Fiesta Bowl. Champions is the March of 44. The Badgers is the March of 44. Wisconsin's the March of 44. Marcus Freeman again. Marcus is the March of 75. The championship will be won at the stadium of the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts is the March of 75. Freeman's the March of 35. Catholic is the March of 35. He's 35 years old. It is Brian Kelly. That is 59 years of age. Again, about to turn 60 years of age. This is the March of Indianapolis. So Brian Kelly has won 105 games apparently with Notre Dame, 102 before the season, 21 without. So this means that Brian Kelly would win his 95th game, excluding the vacated wins as the Notre Dame coach right over at Indiana. And as you see, before, as we discussed in the calculator, this is where you get Coach Kelly. This is where you get Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame that's going to win the national championship under the Jesuit President Joe Biden. It's coming home to Indianapolis, Indiana, January the 10th of 2022, the 10th day, the 10 Commandments. January the 10th, 1-10. Notre Dame lost to Alabama last year over at Arlington. Arlington is the March of 110. That's January the 10th. Win 266. You have to exclude the vacated wins. That is the key. That is the key to the equation. 96 losses in total. 1 loss was vacated. It's all rigged. Well, what did it say again? Only 1 loss was vacated. Were any of the losses in the following season in 2013 vacated? That's a good question.